Hi Scorpio, welcome to How I Love Tarot. I've already pulled your oracle cards and your tarot. I'm at the end here just pulling one more card for the outcome. If you've never seen me before, I have been off air now for several months. I'm a psychic and a medium, and I'm looking at 4 different areas of your life in this general reading. I'm looking at the present position. I'm looking here at the strength in your energy. I'm looking at the challenge that is coming up for you, and then I'm looking at the possible outcome. Now, if the present position does not make sense and this is not your reading, you don't need to go forward with the reading. Additionally, if the present position doesn't make sense, it could be that you're watching the reading a little bit too early, usually about 2 weeks too early. And so you want to put it in a playlist, come back after about 2 weeks. If the present position doesn't make sense at that point, then this is not your reading. Spirit, I feel like I need one more for the present position. Tell me where the card goes, present position or outcome, please. Okay. Finish giving me the outcome then. Anything else in the outcome? Hold on a second, Scorpio. Let's go with anything else that Scorpio needs to know in the outcome. What will help them, what will inspire them, what will motivate them, Spirit. Thank you. That's interesting. Anything else for Spirit wants me to put this in the present position. Anything else then for the outcome? Anything else? Anything else? Thank you. Upright. Knight of Swords. Thank you. Okay, Scorpio. To kick off your reading, what we have is in the present position, we have the Tower, we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse, and we have the Four of Pentacles in the upright. Spirit, bring it forward. What is going on with Scorpio? Why do they have the Tower in the present position? Please help the present position to validate that this is their reading. Bring forward the information that will help Scorpio to validate that this is their reading. It seems as if you know, there's an energy of what's going on here, Scorpio, here in the Tower, that there is a manifestation on your end of sudden changes. Now, what's interesting about this energy that I'm picking up for you is that it feels like there's been a lot of change in the last several years, but the change has not been necessarily by your hand. I feel like you've made changes that are, you know, like something needs to happen. So you make the decision, and then there's a catalyst of more decisions. And before you know it, there's a lot of change going on. And I'm not talking about that type of change, because it almost feels like the change has, even though obviously you make your own decisions and the choices are yours, it feels as a lot of adversity came your way, which brought in change. Now, that's very different than what is going on right now, because I feel like you're in control now of the change that you're dealing with here, that's currently going on in your life. You're making changes. You are extremely, I want to use the word faith-filled, and you're confident that you will be able to manifest what it is that you desire. So there have been, I would say, in the last few weeks, sudden changes, upheaval, revelations, awakenings, and some sudden insights. Okay, so that's the first card in your present position to validate that this is your reading. Now, with that type of change, what we have is quite abrupt, right? When you have, obviously things change on a daily basis in many people's lives. But when we have the Tower card, what we have are kind of crescendo changes, right? They're not small changes. Now, here in the next card, the Wheel of Fortune, this shows me that the change is for the positive. So even though the changes have been challenging, even though there's been some frustration, some angst in all of that, it does show here that there is a beginning of good luck. We've got karmic life cycles, destiny, huge turning point in your life at this point. Inevitable fate, ups and downs, unpredictable change, but very much going into a new cycle of positivity. Very, very good long-term energy I see here. Okay, so that is in the present position. I also, Spirit just said to me, money. So there's something to do with finances here also. Now, the Wheel of Fortune represents all areas of your life. So there's going to be changes in all areas of your life. There's going to be, Spirit is making me feel direction with money. So before there was kind of, something wasn't anchored in regards to money and fortune. Kind of like, well, where am I going with this? Why am I doing what I'm doing, right? But suddenly there's something that's anchored, the future is what I want to say. And so it's shedding light on money, how you want to deal with that abundance or even create it, and how you want to move forward, right? In the next card, we have the Queen of Cups. These two cards came out together, right? So they represent a stronger energy here, with the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Four of Pentacles in the upright. So you're dealing with somebody here in the present energy that you have a lot of feelings for. However, the feelings are not flowing. Queen of Cups is in the reverse. You're guarded with your energy, or they could be guarded, or both of you guarded with this energy. There's a lot of inner feelings going on about this situation. There's a need for self-care, self-love. There's even thoughts about codependency, and there's some insecurity here. So this is a relationship that may be new or fragile in some way. But you're thinking a lot about it. But the love is not, you're not able to flow your love and express your love in the way that you want it. Spirit makes me feel here you're guarded because you don't want to get hurt in this situation. You also want to navigate the situation in a way that is different than before, is what Spirit is making me feel. So that's coming up in your present energy. In the Strength, now what the Strength represents in the energy is no matter what happens in life in a given day, your natural strength comes out to navigate situations. So you don't have to do anything differently. This is the strength for what is going to happen. So we have actually the Strength card for you. We have a number of cards here, so I'm just going to go through them one by one. Here we have the Strength card for you. Spirit, why is Strength coming up in the Strength position? So we have here you displaying a lot of courage, passion, subtle power, persuasion, influence, inner strength, focus, and compassion. It feels as if still waters run deep here, Scorpio. It feels like you're dreaming about a new future. It feels as if you're taming the beast. It feels as if emotions that may have been in you, such as things like fear or doubt or just loneliness, maybe, is a feeling I get. that a lot of spiritual energy is now kind of coming forward. You're tapping into a lot of focus, and you're balancing that out with physical energy. So that is extremely positive in the strength energy. Again, in the strength energy, and another way of looking at strength energy is what is a positive in the reading, right? And so that is another way of looking at, you know, what does strength mean in a reading? So these are the positive aspects of you that are going to come out as you face this time period. Here we have the King of Wands, right? Again, a lot of passionate energy coming forward. Now, you're going to, for a long time, I don't feel like you've been able to do this adequately, but natural leadership skills within your framework are going to be recognized. It feels as if there's somebody or something around you that needs your support, needs your help, needs your leadership, needs your insight, needs your strength and your courage and your willingness, and that is coming out very, very strongly in the King of Wands. So we have natural leader, visionary, entrepreneur, big picture, overcoming challenges, mature, career focused, right? So you're extremely focused. It does feel like you are, again, I'm getting this energy of kind of like looking back at the past, so the future is different. Here in the rest of the strength energy, we have a lot of cards for you. We have the Three of Cups. In the upright position, we have the Nine of Wands in the reverse. We have the Four of Cups in the reverse, and we have the Lovers in the reverse. So it looks like there's been a situation, a relationship that had gone bad. I'm going to give you two scenarios here because Spirit is giving me two different accounts of what's happening in this energy. So in one account, it looks like there's been a relationship that went wrong. For you know, there's been a lot of grieving behind it. There's been a lot of defensiveness behind it, a lot of boundaries put up, a lot of confusion, not knowing, you know, what is it that you're doing wrong when you're trying to do everything in your power to make the relationship successful or relationships. So in one scenario, you're leaving something behind in a relationship. You're closing it, you're putting it to a close, and you're saying, I'm not going down that road anymore. And the reason for that is new energy is coming forward. And in that energy, what it feels like is celebration, recognition, appreciation, validation, respect. Now, the second scenario I am picking up here is that there has been a relationship that has been extremely difficult, and where there's been estrangement, and there's no longer estrangement, right? So that is coming up in your energy. And for some of you, Spirit shows me that it's both scenarios. So one scenario, in one aspect of your life, you're leaving behind a very significant relationship because it's just not working, or toxic, or you're done with it. And new energy, new life, new love, new expectations, new force to be reckoned with is coming in, and you're stepping up to that. And again, and then separately, there is another relationship that's new, that's coming in here. In the challenge, now the challenge represents, we all have challenges in any given day. So the challenge is, what are you going to be dealing with that is challenging coming up, right? So kind of like, what don't you see coming up? So here what we have is the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, and we have the Ace of Wands. And so it's not easy letting go. It's not easy letting go of the things that you've built. And so what we have here is kind of, you're holding back, right? What we have is in the challenge, you being truly authentic and showing 100% of what you think, feel, know, believe. Now, there is an energy, Spirit is making me feel here, is less is more, right? And so you're very knowledgeable, you're very insightful, you're even a foreteller of fortune yourself, right? And so it's difficult sometimes to look at something and stay quiet when you can clearly see what's going to happen. And so that's the challenge. The challenge is pulling back, holding back, wanting to take action, but not being able to take action. And so what we have is the Ace of Wands here, where you're really very passionate about something, and you want to do something about it, but you're having to, there's some holding back in that realm. A lot of stuff for the outcome. So let's take a look at this. Now, overall, I feel good cheer, humility. I feel kind-heartedness. I feel a lot of humor, a lot of laughing, and a lot of picking up of your energy, right? So it looks like it feels like there's a shift here where everything has been so serious, and a lot of secret hidden feelings about what is really burdening you in your heart. And but in the outcome, I feel what happens is this really a lot, Spirit just put in my mouth, forgiving, a lot of forgiving energy. So first of all, what we have here is the Page of Cups, the Six of Cups in the reverse. We have the Seven of Swords in the reverse, and we have the Ace of Swords in the upright. And so for those of you that where there's estrangement in a relationship and it's now kind of coming back forward for you to have a new beginning in, it does look like there's been forgiveness here. There is going to be forgiveness in that you're putting out your Page of Cups, you're hanging out that olive branch to this person, and where there's been like a lot of water under the bridge, a lot of history here, that you know, loyalty, kind of like you know, this should not be happening kind of energy. And there was maybe betrayal, hurt, anger, stress. It does feel like you're putting that behind you, and you're moving forward here in the Ace of Swords, which is energy about mental clarity, breakthroughs, new ideas, success, sharpness in your mind, new willing to take on new challenges within that relationship in a way that is different than the way that you've dealt with it before. Now, I also feel here, it's coming up here in the rest of the reading. Here we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Justice. We have what feels like their energy. And so what we have is they're coming forward extremely guarded, but there is love there. There is pure love there, and there is a very strong spiritual attachment between them and you, and they have never negated that. Nonetheless, there is some fear going on with this person. There's self-imposed prison, right? So there is, just like you in regards to not wanting to repeat the past in a negative way, we have, you know, this person seems to be going through a lot too, separate that has anything to do with you. They are in a lot of mental energy. There's a lot of negative thoughts, self-imposed restriction, self-imprisonment, you know, feeling entrapped in some way. And they've got to figure this out, right? They've got to get themselves out of this. And so you have to understand that when somebody's in this type of energy, there's nothing much that you can do other than lend your support. This is for them to get out of, not for you to rescue them, right? Very important that we not rescue each other, because it's like that analogy of a butterfly breaking through from out of the cocoon. If you break the cocoon and you help them out, then their wings don't become strong and they die immediately, right? You actually inhibit things rather than allowing them to gain their own strength so they have it for the future. So here with this person, we have justice. This person will have justice in their lives. There will be a positive outcome here. We have fairness, truth, clarity, equality, balance, cause and effect, law. So this person's going to figure out what they've done in their life to bring them to the point that they are in, and they will make the changes necessary. However, they are looking to you. I can see this right here in this energy. They are looking to you for support, and they're very well aware that there is mental self-imprisonment here going on, and they're working through that, but it's an emotional time for them. In the outcome also for you, we have the Two of Pentacles in the upright position. We have the Knight of Swords in the upright position, and we have the Chariot. So it does look like a lot of things are freed up in your life suddenly, Scorpio, and you're moving forward with now new decision making, multiple priorities, time management, adaptability, balancing your decisions. It does feel like you're moving forward extremely quickly in something. It's kind of like when you know, right? I've got that energy about it. And so what we have is ambition, action-oriented, driven to succeed, fast thinking, defending your beliefs. Now be careful about that, because when you defend your beliefs, they're not necessarily everybody else's beliefs. And we all have a right to our own beliefs, right? Just because they're your beliefs, it doesn't mean that that is the truth. How do I know that? Well, what do you think happened in 9/11, right? It's because somebody believed something that they decided to put planes into a building, right? So beliefs can be very distorted. Here we have you moving. There's something that's going to take over momentum here in your life, Scorpio, and I feel it's extremely positive. You're moving forward where you couldn't move forward authentically, and you're holding back in a situation. There's a coming together and a speed that starts to take up in your life. So where you may have felt things were dragging for the last few years, there may have been some depression, loneliness, anxiety, fear in between everything, but it does feel like all of that is lifting. It does feel like you're coming together, and this transformation is unique because it feels like you're helping each other. You're embracing this change together. There is good cheer, there is laughter, and there is fast moving energy. And whenever you have fast moving energy like this, you have love. So because you have success, and the only way success can truly come at this level is when love is involved. So that is your reading, Scorpio. I hope it helped, and if it did, please hit like, subscribe, hit the bell button, and I will speak to you soon.